Hello, and welcome to Recapping with Delora
and Ashley.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Recapping Podcast.
Also, rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the things.
We want to hear your thoughts on the movies and shows we review.
Leave us a comment on Apple Podcasts or our YouTube channel, and we will read them during the show.
Or reach out to us on social media. We love talking all things entertainment and pop culture with you.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you. Do you remember, Ashley?
The time?
In September?
Okay. I'm like, where are we going with this?
September is here. And according to social media, as soon as September 1st hits the calendar, it's pumpkin spice lattes and sweater weather.
Well, it was 80 degrees here today, so not white sweater weather just yet. But also, I'm still wearing white no matter what. Y'all, that is retired.
They can't even source they can't source that statement anywhere. So I just think it's interesting how things come to be and there's like no source material,
Came from someone's imagination.
Yeah. It is getting darker sooner though. I will say that.
The bummer of this time of year is when are we getting rid of daylight savings? I'm over it. The masses are over it. I know government is hella distracted now, so it's never going to come down to the government. But it's so depressing.
Yeah, it's crazy. But let's think about happy times. So September, fall, what's your favorite thing to do? And what are you looking forward to?
My favorite thing to do is probably go to something spooky, which I know is so funny coming from me who does not like horror movies. Exactly. And yet I love haunted attractions. It is such a thrill. It is such a rush. Oh,
you'll go to a haunted house.
I love going to haunted attractions. I'm still so sad about the one time I had free tickets to go to Halloween Horror Nights and Universal, and my ass got so drunk accidentally, I ain't make it. But yeah, I've done many a Halloween attraction. I love going to the ones that have like multiple things. And even the ones like, if they're not that scary, but it's the anticipation, right? That's what gets you. You go through and it's like, oh, that was cool. But you had butterflies in your stomach while you were in line, though.
Any of this watching a horror film?
No.
Those quiet.
Not at all.
Slow. Dark moments.
No, I don't know. And I mean, I guess one could say for me, I again watch slashers. Like I'll watch all the Jasons, Freddy's, Mike Myers. I Know What You Did Last Summers. It's the ghosts and demons. So that's probably why I also like haunted attractions is like, I'm not thinking that a ghost or a demon's about to get me, but if that was the case, then I would never go, right? But because it's these humans in these costumes and like it's theatrical, it's entertainment. I would never punch an entertainer in the face. For one, because I'm not trying to fight nobody at a haunted attraction. But the one time I was close to cussing somebody out at a haunted attraction was in Miami. I went to 2 haunted attractions on one night. And the first one, they threw water on me.
Whoa.
Because it was one of those, it was supposed to be like, where it was like the nuns. And so they threw like holy water. When I tell y'all, I about lost it because my hair was out and everything. I was like, no, you motherfuckers didn't. Do you see this?
Yeah. You don't play.
You warned somebody about that.
Exactly.
Where's the disclaimer?
Yeah.
I don't go through haunted attractions expecting water. This is not water logs. This is not a water park.
That's funny to me.
But I love it. I have a good time. So that's probably my favorite thing to do during fall season. What was your second question?
My second question, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I love, especially when I was visiting and now having moved back, I love to see the leaves change. It is so beautiful.
Yes.
It is a joy of having 4 seasons to be able to see nature and to see that beauty and that color, the vibrant reds, the vibrant yellows. I mean, it's just, it's something to live in a place where you really get a chance to enjoy it.
That's true. Yeah, my favorite thing about this time of year is the sweater weather, the cozy, being at home, having a warm beverage, whether it's cider or like a good cup of hot cocoa, and watching movies. And I do enjoy I'm from Michigan, so like going to the apple orchard, getting your cider, getting your donuts, picking out a pumpkin. I do enjoy those activities. And especially now with my little one, it's always fun to see how interested she is in those things. And what I'm looking forward to is I'm looking forward to better movies. Usually this is when the Oscar bait start rolling in heavy. And I'm just
So
looking
the
forward
end of the
to,
summer blockbuster, the beginning of the awards run.
yes, 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 yes. And obviously For Good. That's not coming out until November, but cannot wait.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
Um in this season though, you get the good scary movies coming out too, and I'm looking forward to him, the Jordan Peele new movie. Um which is also football season. I like football season in theory. What I don't love about football season is how it practically takes up the whole week now. It's at first it used to be Sunday, then it's Monday, now it's Thursday, and then it's college on Saturday. It's like, what day of the week do we not get football? You know what I mean?
I'm not even remotely invested, which is again why I constantly make football analogies, but I'm not, Ohio State displayed Texas. Asked me if I intentionally watched it. I did not. Um, I think it was childhood. Like I was forced to watch football as a kid. Sundays, I couldn't even watch anything else, so I
You
hated
said
it.
forced.
I was. When you're a kid, it's like, all right, this is what I got to do. I got to sit here and watch this nonsense. That's all that's on TV. And again, growing up, I loved TV. I loved watching stuff. So it was a day where I was stripped of my ability to watch anything else, and I hated it.
Okay.
Hated
I
it.
mm, we need to tell your boo in the future, don't be coming with no football.
Well, thankfully now I'm grown, so I have a lot of choices. I'd be like, all right, I'll see you. Or if I do catch it, I may be on my phone. I'll be here in spirit. You know what I mean? So
So wonderful. So we have another week full of headlines. This is an interesting time, Ashley. I think with all the changes going on in our broader world, and again, Hollywood getting their sugar honey iced tea together, I don't know if I kind of miss the days of, Kendrick dropping a diss track on Drake. You know what I mean? Like, those were the days. But it should be fun. So, starting off, this is a bit political, but happy news nonetheless. Cory Booker, Senator Cory Booker, announced his engagement. I am looking at the heel. So it says Senator Cory Booker, Democrat representing New Jersey, announced his engagement Tuesday, calling his fiancee, quote, one of the greatest unearned blessings of my life, end quote. First of all, this is crazy because he is notoriously a bachelor, right? Like even when he ran for president, back in 2016, everybody's like, you can't do it. He's a single man. He's a single man. And he dated Rosario Dawson, which we felt like was not real. Like it felt convenient. But he has been a lifelong bachelor. It says this here in this article. Because he's even dated like Mindy Kaling. Like he dated And it says here, he said his fiance, Alexis Lewis, has, quote, transformed me, helping me to ground and center my inner life and discover the joys of building a nurturing home with someone you love. Ashley, this came as a huge surprise. The engagement pictures were so lovely. They made me very happy. But if I am keeping it 1000%, I thought she looked a lot like Rosario Dawson at first glance.
Yeah, I can see that. When you saying he's a bachelor, I immediately started thinking Genuine. I'm just a bachelor, even though I doubt Cory Booker is like that whatsoever. But I mean,
Very
cute.
disciplined.
I think I put in my response cute. I mean, Cory Booker as a politician is somebody that I can get behind. And so whatever makes him happy after that 25-hour marathon speech,
Exactly.
do your thing, sir. I hope this is real and love and not about his political campaigns or future, because I want him to be able to navigate spaces whether he's partnered or not, because of the power, influence, and right side of history he's on with a lot of things. So,
Exactly.
but if this is love, if this is happiness, beautiful. Hope they have a beautiful wedding and a beautiful marriage.
It seems like
And they did it in Hawaii. I love Hawaii.
they did again. Her surprise was so contagious in those pictures. And the ring looks very modest. I'm bringing it up because we've been having ring conversations as of late, courtesy of Chris, what's his name?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah. And more recently, Taylor Swift. So, and to me, that, it looks like he found his person, and we are very excited for him for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, on to another engagement. One of my faves. There are a handful of Black women in business that I look up to. Melanie Hobson being like Queen Bee, number one. And she's definitely in my top three. Badass Bozoma Saint John is engaged to Keenly Watson. I'm looking at people.com. It says inside the surprise proposal with over 100 roses. It says that he gave her a custom engagement ring with the diamond weight of 8.43 carats. This brings me so much joy. She's 48 years old. She's now a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And I haven't watched her season yet, but I recently listened to her on Emma's podcast. Emma, the co-founder of Good American, she has a podcast that's really good, actually. I really enjoyed her conversation with Bose. And I guess one of the storylines of her season is that he wanted to have a baby with her. And she already has like a 16-year-old daughter. Her life, the reason why I'm so inspired by her life is, her immigration story, and then just overcoming tragedy because she lost a daughter and a husband, and still managed to, kick butt and takes names in corporate America, working for Pepsi, Uber, Apple, big business. Mm-hmm. So, Ashley, have you seen The Ring? Do you know Bose, right?
No, I don't follow Real Housewives whatsoever these days.
Oh, I knew her before that. That's what I'm trying to say. It was actually surprising that she went into Real Housewives, because I'm like, you're such a corporate baddie. I'm like, gotcha. What is this?
Yeah, I have heard of the name, and I think I've seen clips of some interviews and things like that she's done. So I'm have a familiarity with her, but I was just referencing Real Housewives since I know she's on the show now. So if I probably had deep dived anything about like her life and her personal life, it would have been there. But because I'm not watching the show, I'm not as familiar. I remember hearing a little bit though about this story with this fiance. So definitely happy for them. I love Black women to get their everything. So
Absolutely.
do your thing, sis.
I'm really excited because she has a new show with Jimmy Fallon called On Brand. I'm looking forward to that. And she has her own hair product that she's getting. The production is going to be in Ghana, and she's like, it's her company, like her money. And I just love that so much. It's very inspirational. And shout out to our girl Kylia, because she and I fangirl over Bose like for years. So this one's for you, Kylia.
Mm.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into our next headline. Dancing with the Stars, season 34 cast revealed. It says that the full cast was announced today on Good Morning America, which is always a good time. Here are some notable stars that I'm looking forward to. We have freaking Alec Baldwin's wife. What's this woman's name? Hilaria Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to Jordan's Childs. Like, so happy to see her. Who else am I looking forward to? We have Corey Feldman. He's had some interesting situations through the years. You know what I mean?
I thought he had already been on Dancing with the Stars. When
It feels like it, right? It feels
like
like he's probably done this route, but apparently not.
Well, I'm excited to see Topanga, aka Danielle Fishel. She'll be on there.
Yes.
Childhood memories unlocked every time I see her.
Love her. Robert Erdwin. I love this. Like, his dad is forever. I feel like the way we feel about Steve Irwin, Black people in particular, I feel like he's on that list of like white people that Black people don't play about. You know what I mean? On the list, Celine Dion. Who else is on this list we don't play about? Who's the white lady who used to sing with Rick James? Tia Marie.
She's just light skinned.
So anyway, I'm always here for his children because Bindi was on several seasons before as well. So
did you see one of Taylor Swift's dancers is going to be a new pro?
No, I did not.
One of Taylor Swift's dancers, his name is Jan Ravnik.
No, I didn't see that, but I'm also excited for Elaine Hendricks because she's our friend. We know her, we love her from The Parent Trap. She's the wannabe stepmother, and she's also best friends with
Meredith.
Meredith. Yes, Meredith is on season 34.
The last person I wanted to mention was Dylan Efron. Is Dylan an actor, or is he really just being credited as Zac Efron's brother?
I think they are hoping to have Zac Efron in the audience one good time for that shot.
You know what's crazy is Dylan now looks more like Zac than Zac.
Yes, after Zac's chin surgery that he said he had to have. Very interesting. Also, shout out to Pentatonics. Scott, one of my faves, is on, and they have, speaking of random relatives to celebrities, Ben Affleck's niece, who's also apparently on The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yeah. Jen
So
Affleck.
that is definitely a choice.
sometimes they get a full slate of stars, sometimes they got to scrape a little bit. So,
Just a little bit. But that's why they have their breaks too, right?
yeah. I mean, I was really into Dancing with the Stars there for just a little bit. So, you never know. I mean, it's entertainment. Like it really is.
It's entertainment, especially when you get a scrape season and there's like diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
Like it
You
it
never know.
becomes very fun to watch.
You
So
never know. I'm impressed with anyone who gets out there because this to me is a very tough, challenging thing to do to learn a full number within a week and then get out on national television with a professional dancer and attempt to do it. And they do it week after week after week. I'm hella impressed.
yeah, that's pretty intense, as you mentioned. The new season of Dancing with the Stars is September 16th.
No, they did not put Corey with Jenna. That's upsetting. That's a little upsetting. All right.
Yeah, some of these pairings, I'm just like, oh, okay. And shout out to Britt Stewart, the black girl, black professional. She recently got married.
Mm-hmm.
Which is so sweet and exciting. She married the gentleman who was from what was the name of that movie? We recapped it. It was so good.
I'm blanking, but a lot of the cast ended up winning
Oscars.
Oscars. I think the film won, and then I think the lead actor won, and he was the first hearing impaired actor to win lead.
Yes, she married Daniel Durant. And Daniel Durant is from, I know this movie, Coda. There we
Coda.
go.
Yep.
Coda. And he was also in Dancing with
Mm-hmm.
the Stars. So it's always fun when those relationships work out. All right, let's get into our next headline. This is major news. Anna Wintour taps Chloe Melly, I believe that's her name, as Vogue successor, but she's still in charge. This is a headline from the AP. Fun fact, Chloe, 39 years old, her mom is kind of a big deal. Candace Bergen, like, okay, Murphy Brown, icon, legend.
Mm-hmm.
I guess her dad is his late French director, Louis Melly. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. I hadn't heard it, so please forgive me. But she joined Vogue social editor 2011, moved on to contributing editor in 2016, and has held her current position since 2023. She steered all digital content for Vogue in June. Chloe interviewed the then Lauren Sanchez ahead of her wedding to Jeff Bezos. It says, Vogue has already shaped who I am. Now I'm excited at the prospect of shaping Vogue. Yeah. I feel like this wasn't as big of a deal as it could have been, considering Anna Wintour is still very much in charge.
Right.
And I think, with Chloe, I don't know who she is. She doesn't have a social presence that I'm aware of. And I follow the fashion girlies. So
Well, apparently she hosts the podcast, so maybe she's
okay.
more of a presence in that space, which
Like behind the scenes or
exciting.
something.
No, it says she is. It said in the article I'm looking at from CNN. I thought it said she was the host of the pod. Let me find it. Co-host. She became
Yes,
the
the run through.
co-host.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, maybe she's a little bit more well known in that space and with our space, right? And with some of the digital stuff that she's doing on the site. But yeah, I was not familiar with her either. She just reminds me of like a younger Anna Wintour. When I was looking, I was like, so you
Yes.
just found your little
Yes.
doppelganger
Pretty
and said, all
much.
right, honey, here you go.
Yep. I was feeling the same way.
And only becoming editor of Vogue.com in 2023, that's a quick ascent
Yeah.
to editor of the whole shebang. So interesting.
I wonder if she's gonna have a strong regiment.
I don't know, but with her having Anna just right down the hall, as she put it, again, as we talked about when this news first dropped, I'm not sure how much anything is going to change to really see her like a significant impact outside of maybe Anna giving her flexibility with innovation. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
technological innovation.
Yes, exactly. I want to be wild. Okay. Like, oh, we'll see. We'll see. There's a new queen in town. All right. Girl, Cardi B was in court yet again. This time it was a lawsuit made by a security guard that accused her of assault. You know what I find to be so funny to me is the fact that rappers really do, especially female rappers, really be putting on their best going to court because they know it's a fashion moment. Isn't that hilarious?
I love it. It's very celebrity. Like at least you know and you are making an effort versus, I feel like in the early aughts when people in our generation went to court, they ain't take that ish that seriously.
They did
Like they were
not.
not showing up
They wore their
in
crisp
suits.
white button down with
Yeah.
a black pencil skirt, maybe
Yeah.
a blazer,
Yeah.
but they did the very, trying to be demure, very mindful. The girlies now, I mean, Cardi had full on glam. Her hair color changed, I think, each time she appeared at court.
This last look
Um,
was her best. The polka dots, the
you
bow,
thought
the hair.
so? I actually like the blonde, the platinum wig one,
I don't mean just her hair. I mean the full
the full
ensemble.
look.
I
And
think is
people
delightful.
are speculating whether or not she's pregnant.
She took like it looked like when
Yes.
she like it's something there, guys. She put it
Yes.
there intentionally. That's not a bump. It was she stripped down in a recent video. That was not her stomach.
You sure? Because
I don't think that was her
the way
stomach.
she was waddling around, I was like, I don't know.
I don't think that was her. I think the joke's on us. I don't think that's her
I
stomach.
probably, but
But if
I
she is
agree.
pregnant, Lord Jesus,
I
God bless her.
know. But I do agree. I did like the polka dot look because I love the pink reddish ribbons accessory.
I mean, Diane Keaton would approve. You know what I mean? Like this is
Period.
Diane Keaton. All she would
Exactly.
have an addition is the top hat. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And flats.
I was gonna say black and white loafers. Um, Cardi B has been cleared. The lawsuit was for $24 million. She was cleared literally earlier this week, on the 2nd. So on Tuesday.
I didn't even know the facts of this case. I did not know that this was
Girl,
outside of
I,
her obstetrician's office and that this person may have followed her just to try to
yep,
start something with her. Like, y'all gotta chill. But I appreciate what Cardi said too. She said, I was nice. The next person who tries this is getting countersued. So, like, just so y'all
exactly.
know, stop
Exactly.
prying me.
Um, but for me, it was again like Cardi B at court again. What happened this time? So
She's funny though. Like, you can see why she's an entertainer.
hilarious.
She's like, she's security heavy. Like,
The faces
security
she was
heavy.
making, she was dozing off in court. Like, I'm like, girl, did you take any of this seriously? But no one heard. That's just her.
Yeah, she is. If she's nothing else, she's authentic.
Yeah. All right. Hollywood Reporter, the Twilight Saga to return to theaters in October. Uh, I keep, for whatever reason, bringing up Twilight, maybe because I have yet to reread the books and actually rewatch these freaking movies. These movies to me are peak fall. And that's part of the reason why I'm talking about it, because we were talking about fall earlier.
I think I may have
But
all of them on DVD still.
Do you?
I'm pretty
If I
sure.
do, I have absolutely no idea where they are.
Well, I don't know where my books are, that's for sure, because that would have been
Oh, my books
Lord
are right
Jesus.
there, right
Yeah.
there. Now they are buried behind my newer favorites. I just have the books for nostalgia because were they well written? Absolutely not. But was that a moment in time? Yes, it was.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
did
yeah.
we
I
get
don't know.
here?
I was so captivated by the Twilight series. Like it was one of those that I was lost in the world of Twilight. You know what I
Girl,
mean? Like when you
yes,
stop reading, you like, oh, I gotta come back to reality.
yes.
I think the only reason maybe why, I mean, if I reread it, I don't know how I feel, but I think the only reason why it's tainted a little bit for me is that I don't think the movies were quite as strong as my interpretation of the books.
Interesting.
Particularly, I think I just didn't really ever love Robert Pattinson as Edward.
Mm.
It didn't like Edward was supposed to be, you know,
It.
girl.
That was actually one of my questions. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I mean, flat out Team Edward for sure. That was never for
Really?
me. It was never in question. I was Team
Team
Edward.
Jacob
Yeah.
all day,
And again, you're
every
talking about
day.
once we get into the movies, then Taylor Lautner never did it for me either. So it's like when you actually
I,
put them on
I was
screen
going off of
too.
the books.
Yeah, I
It
didn't.
was the
Mm-mm.
werewolf for me. Just because
So you're a
Edward was
werewolf
so
girly.
girl. First of all, shout
If we're
out
putting our
to
supernaturals up against each other, you're where I'm again. I learn something new about you every pod.
First of all, I am a sucker for a good shifter romance. Like I
True
had
Blood.
girl, yes, I love. But see, I feel like moments like these have shaped our taste. Like because a lot of the girlies, shout out to the millennials who are reading like crazy again. Um, we find ourselves reading the shifters and the vampires. Fae is now a thing.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny to me because I don't know. I love a good fated mate moment. It's my fave. I love it. Um, but yeah, it's coming to theaters. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna take the time to see it, but it's good to know I have the option to. I think when it comes to the movies, I do feel like the books were better than the movies, except for the final book, the final like fight. What they did in the film was so
Girl.
perfect. I
I
loved
saw a
it.
clip of it online recently and I said still stands up as one of those cinematic experiences where if you weren't there,
You don't
you will never understand. We
how
were
significant that
gagged
was. Yes.
in the movie theater.
Yes.
That was epic. So yes, that's a great call out. You're right. But I think when I talk about the totality of the series, and I forgot there were even 5 freaking movies.
Girl. Yes. Yes.
I just it just didn't the casting wasn't as strong for me to have loved the movies quite as much. I mean, I still enjoyed them. I still got into them. Shout out to what's her face who forget she was even in the series.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. She'd be like, "Oh, that's right. I wasn't that shit."
She was that
But
girl over there. You know what I mean? This is before she
exactly.
was Anna Kendrick. I love the setting. The scenery was so gorgeous to me. Like,
Oh
I'm like,
yeah.
do I
The
want to go out
Seattle
to the northeast of this country?
and Cam Jagande, I was obsessed with at the time, like back in this era. So the fact that he was an original like baddie in the first movie, I really did love. Because Cam Jagande, if y'all do not know who that is, Google that man. He was fine. Okay.
And then when they went to Europe, I thought visually the movies, I thought they did a great job with like the settings. But with the
Forks.
characters, hmm?
Forks. They were in Forks, right?
Yes, they were in
Yeah, Forks.
Forks. But then especially when they did like all the European scenes, especially when she ran to get Edward because he was gone
The
for
Vulture.
yes, I just it was just done so well. So love nostalgia.
I'm not
So
going to see this either, by the way. I know that they said there's going to be more. There will be interviews with Stephanie Myers, all this stuff. Y'all should go ahead and wrap this up and package it because I'm not going to sit in a Wicked. Absolutely. Give me that double feature. There's no way I'm going to sit in the movie theater and watch 5 films for Twilight. That's okay. Love y'all.
I mean, in pants and a bra?
In full clothes
Absolutely,
in a movie theater. No,
absolutely
ma'am.
not.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Y'all better package that up and put it on somebody's stream because no, ma'am.
All right. Our final headline this week, and this is sad. Our girl, Tracee Ellis Ross, I'm looking at the root, just lost this insane amount to thieves who hit her LA home. Over $100,000 worth of luxury goods. This makes me so sad because
she loves her things.
She loves her things,
beautiful things,
her precious things that she takes time to, purchase and buy and pack meticulously. Exactly, Ashley. And friend of the pod, we are saddened to hear this news. It also breaks my heart because I feel like with her new project that we talked about previously, Solo Traveling, with Tracee Ellis Ross, I'm like, hopefully this doesn't make her vulnerable with her being vocal about taking these trips and being
yeah. I don't think it's just her though. There's been a string of burglaries.
This is true. They mentioned that rapper Slim Thug recently got hit with burglars in April in his Houston apartment.
I'm talking just in LA. Just in LA.
Well, this is the root, so they're mentioning all the black folks. So it has Marlon, the blacks. Marlon Wayans had his house broken in. It says June 2024, and then they talked about Drake, who got burglarized. His Beverly Hills home got burglarized last year. So,
well, but the LA folks,
LA, Brad Pitt got hit up recently, which is not great. Not great at all. So,
also Nicole and Keith back in February.
We're citizens of this country, so some things are just going to be political. The way things are going, I mean, with the layoffs and a lot of uncertainties and all the cuts to like programs and all that, unfortunately, stuff like this is more likely to happen. So
yeah,
stay safe, y'all.
I'm glad no one's getting hurt, that's for sure. But it reminded me of the bling ring when I was reading about it. I'm like, especially because they said there's 3 suspects. This seems to be consistent. There are 3 suspects. So I'm like, is this the next bling ring? And this is some teenagers or whoever. But that's a good point about just economics, and especially out on the West Coast in California and the cost of living. I can only imagine. And, targeting the wealthy when they're not home is a strategy. So,
yeah. All right. Well, Ashley, what are we recapping for next week?
You already mentioned it, but I will confirm it. We are going to be discussing Tracee Ellis Ross's show, #1 show on Roku, Solo Traveling with Tracee Ellis Ross. It is the first season that's out. 3 episodes, already renewed for a second season. Very exciting for her. I love travel shows, but particularly seeing one with a beautiful Black woman, one of my favorite celebrities, was just a treat. So we will dive into 3 locations, 3 episodes. Come on back.
I will say 3 episodes were entirely too short for me. Like, it was such a wonderful show. It was actually one of my hidden gems. So I'm so excited we're going to actually take a trip to all 3 locations and talk about it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us for this episode. We appreciate it. Please share it out with everybody that you know. Thank you to all of our new listeners. Welcome to all of our long term listeners and everybody in between. We appreciate you. Please come back for this recap. If you have not seen Solo Traveling of Tracee Ellis Ross, again, it is available on Roku. We look forward to chatting. In the meantime, as always, be blessed.
Bye.